Were there any unexpected, like, growths or any unexpected growths? This is The Mud Peddlers, a podcast where two nerdy ceramic artists share the behind the scenes of their worlds of clay. We're your hosts, Lindsey M Dillon.
And I am Donte of Earth Nation.
Today, Donte and I are doing a sort of end of the year review / looking forward to 2022. And I just rhymed and I didn't even mean to.
Bars! Bars!
Yes! I don't even know what that means. But
like bars, like in a...
Like in a phone? Or in music?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Where are there bars in a phone?
Like signal bars.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't have any bars, aka
you've never,
poor reception.
You've never been to a rap battle and someone spits a bar, like a verse?
You know,
and someone in the background's like, bars!
You know, I don't know if you can see what I'm wearing now.
That's fair.
But, I can honestly say I've never been to a rap battle.
Never been to a rap
I know, it's shocking. Me with my
good
little white face.
Alright, I guess.
Anyway, alright, let's get back on. Let's reel this in. We'll try and keep things somewhat on track today, but Donte and I also just got back from stuffing ourselves at Urban Roots and going to the Crocker Art Museum.
We did. But yeah, we did this. We tried to do this recording the other day, and everything went wrong. Traffic was bad.
Really bad.
There was technically it was like the day after a storm, so everything's flooded on the street.
Yeah.
The battery died on my camera. Lindsay's camera turned off for some random reason.
Hopefully it doesn't do that today, but I think it was, let's check.
I can keep looking.
I'm pretty sure it was
good
because
right
my camera my phone literally ran out of space. But yeah, it was all kinds of things went wrong yesterday, and so we're doing it again today. And we're gonna talk about the goals that we set for this year.
Yes.
What kind of check in, alright, what did we accomplish, what did we not, and then what are we looking forward to for next year.
2022.
So, for 2022. So why don't you cover what some of the, I also have supplementary notes because
you have the dossier on me,
I do have the dossier, yeah, that's true.
I didn't have my own. So last time we tried to record this, she was like, yeah, I have your list and my list. And I was like, you have the list of things I tried to succeed in last year? And she's like, yeah.
Well, because I had to listen to the I didn't have to, but I listened to the mid-year review episode so that I could be like, okay, what the hell were my actual goals this year? And then I was like, oh, I should take some notes for Donte too in case he needs them.
Because he's not going to.
Yeah, well, not that I expect you to, but I don't know.
I mean, let's be real.
It's just help.
Let's be honest with each other. He not gonna.
He's not gonna.
He did not.
No, it's true.
He's not gonna take notes.
All right. Well, the nice thing is most of the things, at least that I've been able to see that you wanted to work on, you were able to get done. So I'll read through them kind of quickly, and then we can go into detail on some of them as well. So
for sure.
So some of the goals that you said you had set for 2021 were being more involved with the Glazy community.
I love Glazy.
Streamlining your website, working in batches, and getting an editor. And trying to sell out every time so you didn't have pieces just sitting on your website.
Yeah, that's gone a little bit better now, but I think that's just because it's near Christmas right now. And I think, I did a pre-holiday. My mind goes, I need to get things a month in advance before Christmas so they can buy their stuff, their gifts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't go, okay, it's December 20th, buy it all out so I can deliver it to you. And I can put stress on USPS and you as a consumer. I don't want to do that. Generally speaking, I assume most crafters go, let me give it to you a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah.
So I've already done my update. But yeah, no, you're right. I succeeded in most of those, even though I suppose they're a little easier. They're more fine-tuning.
I wouldn't say that they're easier, but because all of those things are kind of big things. And I remember you putting in, a lot of time and effort into, because you... From what I remember, I think this was this year, or maybe it was last year, because what the hell is time in the time of COVID?
Time's not real.
Time is not real. Even less so in a pandemic. But I remember when you were really putting a lot of time towards working on your crystalline glazes.
Yeah.
And when you were like, oh yeah, people on Glazy, the beginnings of the community. And
yeah.
I
was so happy.
Yeah. What were, I don't know, was there anything
back then?
Unexpected about?
I was so happy.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Winter is nigh.
Potter.
Winter's coming.
Harry Potter.
The frost comes upon our fingers.
No, the Glazy community thing was good because just from my point of view, and this isn't true for everybody, right? But just from my point, I should talk to you once in a while.
Yeah, Donte.
I'm sorry. Giving a lot of love to the camera. Why don't you look at me when we do podcasts anymore? Just from my point of view, you start off as like a beginner potter, and either you're by yourself and you're learning from somebody online, or what you're generally doing is finding somebody in a class or usually school, and you learn, and then you get out of that and you start to expand on what you want to do. Instead of following a curriculum, you start to use the tools that you've been given on your belt to kind of build your own house, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? But sooner or later, when you get, I don't want to say high enough, but when you start to explore different avenues of pottery, there's like the throwing, trimming portion of it, and then there's the glazing portion of it, and then there's the firing process part of it.
Right.
And those are like the three separate. And one, you could concentrate your lifetime on one of those sections for your whole life. And I'm starting to get into the glazing portion of it.
Yeah.
But Glazy is a fantastic community, and I know we be shouting out Matt Katz all the time and his wife Rose.
Yeah.
But like, I think what happens is Matt Katz gives a class, and then he says, oh, by the way, there's this tool that you can use that'll help you a lot with my class called Glazy. And I find them on there. We're doing the same stuff, I'm just not in the class, and then we end up becoming like weird Instagram friends.
Yeah.
And so trying to interject myself into that Glaze community has worked so far through the avenue of using Glazy.
What are some of the things that you feel like you've gotten from that community, or like how has it impacted your practice? Or
it's like whispers, like they just say stuff that I didn't know, and then I test it and I'm like, that's true. It's weird because they'll just say general information like, oh, you have to increase the phosphorus, and I'm like, phosphorus, the fuck? And then I check and I'm like, oh, there is the element phosphorus right there, and then I have to research like, what does phosphorus do in a glaze, and then like it goes downhill until I go, oh, I could probably tune my glaze by doing this, but I wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
You know, but they took a class.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just familiar with my own glazes because, like, I've been doing them so long and reading little bits of a book. It's not like I read a whole book, I take in all the information, do it at once. I read a book, I take a section, and I go, let me apply that to my work, and then I take another section and I apply it to my work.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But definitely, the glazing community, if you want to start to make glazes, Glazy's the spot. Glazy's definitely the spot. What'd you do? You ended up doing your website, I remember you telling me.
Yeah. So
that was a big one for you.
That was huge. Like, actually getting my website redone. Like, I know I kind of talked about this in our like mid-year review episode, but that was a huge thing because
it was huge.
Yeah, like not only just the time of like putting together like all the photos, getting all the photos organized, choosing a new layout and everything, but one of the things that was really important to me and continues to be important to me is integrating writing into my work more. And so I wanted to actually have a lot more written about every piece that I did and every series that I did.
Right.
So it was kind of a nice like tone setter for one of the things that was not a goal but has ended up kind of happening this last year, which is just in general expanding the avenues of my creativity. And not even just specifically with ceramics. Like I got together a group of friends to do a like a drawing club, and we all got really busy during the holidays, so we haven't met in a few weeks or in a couple months now.
It happens.
But it's like, you know, I was like drawing consistently every week, and I was like writing more. I won't tell you what I was writing about.
I already know.
Some of it, you already know. I mean, some of it was things I could not repeat on YouTube.
Perverted ass.
I'm so perverted. But others was non-steamy creative writing, and that.
There's more?
There's not more.
And?
But just in general, like that, like beginning or doing the website redo kind of opened the floodgates for that and kind of got me back into the practice of writing, because I really hadn't done a lot of writing.
You like writing though.
I do. Yeah. I really do.
I noticed that about you. Like when I go over your website and whatnot, I'm like, oh yeah, she does. I know. It's like when you play a game or something and then you notice like, oh, the background and the skybox, it's beautiful. But then there's like real lore in the game. You know, like when you play Skyrim, there's an entire book series within Skyrim itself of the video game, and Lindsay's into that.
That ultimately, and like this kind of goes a little bit into like what I want out of 2022, but that is something I really want to incorporate more of into my work, is that like world building thing. Like, because that's one of my favorite parts of games is like when you get to know like the backstories and the lore, and like there's a few artists who do something similar, like Peter Moorbacher. Anyway, he does this series called the Angelarium, and he does these incredible digital paintings, but then he also has like poetry that goes along with each thing, and like a little prose poem, and it's just like, I want to do that for like my pieces.
Yeah,
you know?
hell yeah.
So
yeah. You also fit in that category. When I look at some of your sculptures, they're very like, you could look at it and imagine it comes from a different world.
Yeah.
And which has, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes me really happy to hear, because that's what I want to be doing. But
That's the vibe.
Yeah,
That's definitely the vibe.
So that kind of leads into my other big announcement, which you may be thinking of, which anyway, I'm just gonna say it.
Are you pregnant?
No, God, no. Sorry, not to disappoint any hopeful listeners or
There's
viewers
still people out there who listen to us that think we're together.
Nah.
And so they're like, oh, right now they're like, oh, we're not together.
No, we're not. We're not. He has Donte has a
like
girlfriend, wife. I've got a boyfriend, husband.
I got a couple. I got a husband, a wife, and a girlfriend.
He's got a girl in France. He's got a girl in Rome.
I can only get funky with one though.
Yes. Not to say that you couldn't. Polyamory is
It's a thing, yeah.
It's a thing. It's a totally thing. But
if it's consensual, no disrespect to you.
Yeah, hell yeah. But no, my exciting thing is that, so because we were originally, and again, you've already heard this, but I'm telling our listeners now.
Yeah.
So basically, yesterday when Donte and I were first getting together, or going to be getting together to record this episode, I was laying in bed because I had woken up earlier than I normally do, and I was listening to the podcast review episode, and I'm like, oh my God, one of my biggest goals this year was to get Patreon done, and I have not done it.
They're waiting.
And so what I have done is, because I could not stand to like have this happen, so I'm about an hour away of work time from having it finished, but by the time y'all are listening to this episode,
should be out.
I will have my Patreon live.
Let's be real. Let's be real here. Let's be real.
Yeah. Tell me.
For the amount of time you said that you thought it was gonna take versus the amount of time that it took.
It was about the same amount of time.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't think I underestimated how much time it was gonna take, because for me, again, especially because I do love writing, it's like even simple things like writing out the verbiage of what each tier is going to be.
Yeah.
I say it's going to take an hour, it's going to be 3 hours. I already know it's going to be 3 hours.
Well, you got the, you know.
Yeah, I like to be very specific.
You're specific
with my words.
Yeah,
so
I feel it.
Yeah, so it's gonna take a bit of work, and again, a lot of it was just figuring out, how much time, or what the tier levels were going to be, whether it was realistic for me to be able to output that every month for the people who signed up.
For sure.
And I feel pretty good about it now. And I'm like, it's kind of terrifying, but I could not, I was realizing that like, I cannot go into 2022 and not have Patreon done, because I have been talking about it for so long.
You're gonna get flooded.
I hope so. You guys, thank you for your patience in how long, and because I think it was at least 3 episodes ago that it was like Patreon part 2, Lindsey.
Yeah.
And I was talking all this stuff like I was gonna have it done soon, but you know what? I will have had Patreon finished by the end of 2021, and that is like for all the other things that I didn't get done. Like I sort of got the YouTube started in terms of like we have our YouTube version of the Mud Peddlers, which by the way, if you don't know, we have the Mud Peddlers.
We have a YouTube channel.
Is on YouTube. Yes, it's under my name, so it's Lindsey M Dillon, but it's the Mud Peddlers playlist.
Yeah.
And so if you are listening to us and you want to see what we look like when we make all these weird noises, you can do that. But I haven't made my own like content on YouTube yet.
I'm sure you'll get to it.
Yeah, I'll get there. But anyway, there's a couple other things that I didn't get done, which I can go into later. But I'm really glad to say that like by the time y'all are listening to this, like I will have gotten Patreon finished. It'll be out. You can go and
by the time you're hearing this right now, you could go to her Patreon.
Yes, you can go to Lindsey M Dillon.
And
I will have it linked on my Instagram. I'll have it linked in the show notes. I'll have it linked everywhere.
Her OnlyFans.
Oh yeah, no, I think I'd have to work out if I did an OnlyFans, and like I don't know.
Their body is their money. Like they know.
Yeah.
They know. I have a couple friends that have OnlyFans, and they're like, I cannot eat. I have to eat a certain way, and I have to work out like every other day. And, like, I have to be really good at photography. Like, it's a whole separate art form. The cool thing is they look like, when you look at their pictures, you're like, you don't look like that. They're like, yeah, I know, that's the magic. That's the magic right there. Like, I know how to do them angles.
Yeah. Angles are important.
Angles are MySpace angles. We learned early.
Angles.
We learned early in MySpace.
We did.
Yeah, when you knew, like, a certain part of you wasn't flattering, and you were like, I'm just going to take it from this angle.
The up to down angle.
The up to down angle.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess we'll just really quickly go over the couple of things that I've made some progress on, have not quite finished. But the other big thing was merch.
Merch.
And to to combat this, because again, I've realized, especially after we talked like yesterday, a lot of the issues that I have with like the goal setting is that I don't make specific timelines within goals. Like earlier in the year, like February, March, every weekend I would take a Sunday and I would design a D&D alignment stamp, and that's how I started pumping those out. And when I had those, like, okay, on Sunday at 5, I'm gonna work on this, that is how I got that done consistently. And so I, like, for things like merch, same thing. I think I just need to set more specific timeline goals, but that is something that I want to have going into 2022, like actually having like Mud Peddlers merch. So if you guys have ideas about what kind of things you would like, let us know. I'm thinking like stickers, because I'm a sticker slut. But if y'all have any other ideas, that's what I got.
I'm a sticker slut.
I'm a sticker slut. Not to, you know.
In the same way that I'm a Cinnabon hoe.
Oh, Cinnabons.
She's a sticker slut.
I don't know. I might be more of a Cinnabon hoe.
I can't eat too many Cinnabons now because they're like, when I was a kid, I could put away like 7, not 7.
Oh my god.
I was like, you've seen me eat.
Yeah.
Like, you think I eat a lot now? I eat half the amount that I could when I was like 13.
Oh my god.
I
can
was
literally
a
only
demon.
eat 1.
I could eat, right now I could probably eat 3 in a row, but now because of my lactose intolerance, I have to eat them within 15 minutes.
And then take a lactose pill?
No, I just tank it.
Oh god,
whoever's there is suffering.
Alright, well, let's not record an episode of the Mud Peddlers after you have 3.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Same
for here. We'd gas each other out. It'd be
bad.
bad.
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Let's hear more about what some of the other goals that like you either goals, because it seems like the goals that you set you got. Were there any unexpected like growths or any unexpected growths? That sounds gross. Oh god.
The baby is definitely an unexpected growth.
No, y'all planned for that.
We planned for that. We did.
No, I guess were there any unexpected successes that were like, oh, like I didn't plan on this being like a goal, but this is something I'm proud of that I got done this year?
There's, I'll say generally speaking, I'm happy that it's because like, I think because of my brand being authenticity and individualism to a certain degree, just like a real raw. There's people who seem to want things that I think, I'm like, no, you just want that. So like, it's a little bit on the scale of like disingenuousness.
Okay.
You know, where people are like, we want you to make more of these because I wanted to buy a second one of these, but you only made one of a kind in the year of 2020. So I can't buy another one. And I'm like, yeah, that's too bad. I'm not making that again. But now I'm starting to realize like people who are fans of my work realistically want multiples of things so they can buy either sets or so they can have their hands on it because they have this FOMO, like they missed out or they didn't get it fast enough. And I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to not be available to get my work or a specific thing they want just because they weren't fast enough.
Yeah.
So I've started to streamline things like, hey, I'll make 3 of these, 3 of these, 3 of these, and it's way easier. The unexpected thing, to wrap back around to what you were saying, is that like glazing takes like 4 hours for me now. Because I go, okay, this is popular, people want these, I'll make 5 of these. I'll make 3 of these, I'll make 2 of these. Because I already know that that's what my clientele wants.
So there's less like having to think through each batch and go, oh, how am I going to glaze this? Not sure. Or what am I going to throw on the wheel?
Less note-taking,
it's more like automated, or not automated in the
a little more
like,
streamlined.
Streamlined.
Yeah. And it's also like I don't have to take notes on everything too, because if I'm being honest with you, what I would generate, I think every potter like me does this, where they'll like fill half of their kiln with stuff that they probably know is going to sell, and then the other half they're like, what about this glaze combo?
Yeah.
What about this clay on this glaze? What if I mix these? You know what I mean? Like, what if I test this glaze right here?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I could have made that go faster if I just knew what they wanted and I made it faster.
Right.
You know, I could pick one level for me and the other 3 levels are for my subscribers, patrons, customers, whatever have you.
So you still like having some experimentation, but just not quite as much as you were doing before.
I gotta have 2 per kiln.
Yeah.
2 glazes per kiln, at least to test it, and I have to do it in different atmospheres. So I have a small kiln, and that's like my tester kiln.
Right.
And then I have to do it in the big kiln because the heat works different.
Right.
Because it might be an amazing glaze, but you know it's in the small kiln.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. That's an unexpected thing that came out of me trying to streamline my stuff, is that I sold out of the things that I knew you wanted. It sounds dumb, because like you asked for it, I gave it to you, you took it, right? But realistically, I'm like, no.
No, I don't think that sounds dumb, because you had pretty strong convictions about like not wanting to seem like your work was, being constricted or confined by commercial sort of prospects.
That's the way. Yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah, but it seems
so much better with words.
No. I'm just mirroring back what you have already said.
You just filter it way better though. It's better.
No, not at all. Yeah, so it sounds like you found a nice balance where it seems like you're thinking about it less in terms of, oh, it's being confined by commercial means, but it's more like I'm helping my followers get more of the things that they want, and to do that, I'm making things in slightly more like in terms of batches. Yeah. And it's still, again, incredibly rare. Like, there are going to be people who are going to miss out on the items that they want because they didn't get there in time.
Of course.
Just because you're only one person. You're not mass producing these pieces.
I make like 50 every 2 months to sell on the website.
Yeah.
And making them is the easiest part. To be real with you. Like, making them is the easiest part, and then I have to put them up there, I have to take the pictures, I have to edit the pictures, I have to take measurements, I have to make sure they have their own little lines, everything is measured differently, they have their own ounces, I have to put the colors down, I have to remember the combos. Like, these are all... I don't want to just, like, make it and put it online and go have at it, you know?
I almost wonder, too, I don't know if this would be, again, something that you can consider for 2022, but maybe even streamlining some of that could go easier, because honestly, like, I used to take... for every single cup, I used to take it from like a few different angles, and now especially if I'm having an update, I pretty much know like one angle that I'm going to take all of my pictures from, and I just edit one photo for each thing, and honestly it saves a bunch of time. I have an estimated like ounces. I don't put measurements. Like, I don't say, oh yeah, this cup is 6 inches tall and 3 inches wide. I just say, yeah, this stein holds 32 ounces. And it's fine, and I don't know, and I'm curious. Like,
I could see the ounces thing for sure.
Yeah. Having ounces is good.
But I take 3 different angles for everything.
Yeah.
Every shot.
I mean, if you like having that many, I can see that. But
gotta get them angles in.
Okay.
Gotta get the bottom.
Yeah. The angles. That's right.
You gotta hit them angles.
Full circle.
You gotta hit them angles. Can't just go straight. Can't just go straight the whole time and wonder why you never change. You gotta hit them angles. I'm telling you.
Oh boy. This is kind of like was more like a back burner goal, not something I thought a whole lot of, but I'm really happy I actually managed to manage my time well enough to front load all of my holiday stress. So
what do you mean?
So I was gone during the summer, and then when I came back, I had like 3 or 4 different projects that I needed to work on. I wanted to do a Halloween update,
I remember
which
that.
I did, which I'm really, really happy about that. I actually had like a solid sized Halloween update.
Good.
And then October and November, mostly November, was like a really, really busy month.
Yeah, it was.
Because we had the project with Tea Cozy, I had an order from Insight Coffee Roasters, and I had a much larger batch of the made-to-order updates that I needed to do. But once all that was done, I had my Etsy update for the holidays go live on December 1st. Yep. Most everything sold out within the first 4 to 5 days. And now I'm off for basically the rest of the holidays. I'm working on gifts for family. I'm like, assessing what I want for 2022, kind of like having half work days. And that is something I'm really, really happy about, because that does not often happen.
I just want to say in general, there's people listening to this right now who are like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Thanks, man.
You did a lot.
Thanks, man.
I'm just saying. I don't do an October update because I hate Halloween. But But like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
all within like 2 months too.
Yeah, it was a lot, but it was also something that, again, into 2022. One of the other things that I actually really want to do is actually have monthly updates, because that was kind of a goal for 2021. Yeah. But not like super high on the list. But now I feel like I have an idea for the formatting that I want to do. So I want to have like a made to order update each month, but then also have like a small batch of like special mugs. Yeah. So it's like I'll have a theme, because like I freaking love the new Dune movie, and I really want to make some Dune mugs. So
I do that too, where I'm watching new anime and I'm like, I'm making mugs of that.
Yes. So I want to have like themed updates as well. But if nothing else, at least have a made to order update every month, because one of the unexpected worries that, well, not unexpected, but sort of unexpected worries that has come up is that like I've really had to focus on not getting too terrified about my finances, because I'm okay as I am, but I'm not making the kind of money that makes me feel comfortable for long-term sustainability. Right. So when I look at actionable items that can help me do that, just getting a Patreon set up and actually doing monthly updates so that I have somewhat of a regular income stream coming in. Right. And yeah, because I'm tired of being scared about money and having anxiety and talking to my therapist every week for a couple months in a row because of anxiety. And grief and everything else that's happened in my life.
I feel it.
Yeah. Well, I've kind of been talking a little bit about some of the things that I want out of 2022. What are some of the well, first of all, I'm kind of curious, like, how do you set goals for the new year? Like, do you, like, cause for me, I tend to think of like, I have a couple overarching goals.
Yeah.
And then I'll try and make like a smaller action plan within all of that.
Right.
But for you, like, I don't know, how do you approach like going into New Year and setting goals?
Well, generally speaking, for me, I run into a problem and then I go, I want to kill that problem. Like,
yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Like, I notice something that I'm like, that is a cog that's not working in the machinery of what I'm trying to do. It's not streamlined enough. Mm-hmm. So I'm either going to replace that cog, or I'm going to build a system around it so it carries the weight of that one workload. You know what I mean? So like, for example, Quack, my editor now, she doesn't edit many videos. I do like 80% of them still, but she helps me immensely with the store. What happens is I take all the pictures, I edit them, I send them to her, she loads them, I put descriptions, and then she puts she likes to do I put the descriptions for the hard stuff where it's like, this is this glaze, this is the height and the width and how many ounces it is. And then she likes to put the descriptors.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, so if you go on my website and look at the cups and bowls and whatnot right now, guaranteed you will see some funniness in the descriptions.
That's great.
She likes to play with them. She's good at it too. But I send her all the pictures and she helps me a lot with that. Her suggestion was that I should just, to use your terminology, front load one update forward. So like the next time I make mugs or cups, take pictures, give them to her, let her load them, so that way a month in advance I can push a button and they just all come out. You see what I'm saying? Like, have one already loaded in the chamber.
Yes.
So that way by the time, and she said also smaller ones too. I wanted to do smaller ones, but she keeps reminding me.
Smaller updates?
Yeah, like 20 mugs, 20 bowls, couple teapots, stuff like that. She's like, you don't need to do 50 every 2 months and then sell out. You need to do like 20, you know? And I'm like, yeah. All right, now you're right. Yeah, so I'm gonna start doing that. I think that's cool. A plan for 2022.
Yeah.
I also wanted a new microphone and a new camera, but I messed around with the settings on my camera last night, and I was like, no, I don't need a new camera. I'm just dumb.
That's great.
I just put everything on auto, and it was bad.
Oh, yeah.
Watched a couple YouTube videos, and they were like, your camera's fine. Like, I have the GX7 Mark II is my camera from Canon.
From Canon. Okay.
From Canon, and the GX7 Mark III, I looked it up. It's like $500 more, and they're just like, it's not good. They were like, it's not that much better. It's a tiny bit better. So I messed around with some settings. One guy was like, it's basically the same camera, realistically. Like, it's not much of an upgrade. So yeah, it works a lot better. I do need a better mic. That's for sure. But I would like to, maybe I can give you this mic.
That'd be baller.
You know what I mean?
That'd be baller.
Yeah. So that way we can still have the quality of the Mud Peddlers up.
Yeah.
Those are my plans for 2022 so far. I'd also like to lose 10 pounds.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's about it. I lost 5 pounds through the couple of weeks. And I'm like, can I do 10?
Okay.
You know? Can I get
healthfully, I assume, yes?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Oh God, Donte.
Whatever gets the job.
No, that's not true. If
I gotta cut off these nips.
Oh God, no! Don't lose the nips.
I don't know how much they.
So upset.
I don't know how much they weigh. I'm just saying they don't do nothing for me. You know.
It was kind of funny. I was actually listening to an episode of The Maker's Playbook.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, it's another podcast. Forgive me, I'm forgetting the name of the hostess. But she was interviewing Sunshine Cobb, who's another famous ceramic artist.
Right.
And she was really honing in on like, you gotta take care of your body in the arts, or just because running your own business is just inherently stressful, and if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna hurt yourself, you're gonna burn out, and it's just
I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
Donte, no, you are getting better. It seemed okay from an outside.
I'm trying.
From an outside perspective, it does seem like you're trying to do better about like getting consistent sleep, and and you're gonna have a little one on the way. So I guess that's gonna completely, screw up any plans for consistent sleep.
I feel like my inability to sleep, or at least my ability to stay up for long periods of time, is gonna come in handy when Abel's like, it's 1 a.m. And it was like, did you check on the baby? And she's halfway asleep. And I'm like, yeah, me and the baby been up. Like, the baby sleeps for 3 hours, wakes up, I'm here, awake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's actually true.
Like, one of the two is going to happen, but there's going to be one day every couple days where I'm just like, I need to sleep for 14 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, when you mentioned a merch, and you're like, okay, stickers.
Yeah.
Stickers seem relatively easy. But they're watching or listening to this thinking t-shirts.
I wonder about that. I don't know. Because, like, okay, the thing is for me with t-shirts is that, like, I feel like it's hard to get, like, good quality t-shirts. And they're also a much, like, in terms of on our end, they're a much bigger investment. However, if people really bombard us and they're like, hey, like, we want shirts.
Yeah, if there's like 100 of you.
You know, it's going to take more than, well, maybe if 100 really enthusiastic people were like, give us shirts, then I'd be like, okay, but like...
I'll use it for my beach towels and my laundry and my sweatshirts and my...
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think like maybe t-shirts. But like it's funny because like you say stickers, like, oh yeah, that should be easy. But like I actually got hung up on stickers.
Did you?
Hella hard, yeah. Because what happened is I bought a sticker set from Sticker Mule. And I was like, oh, these are great. Like, I asked another artist who has really nice sticker. And I was like, oh, like what do you use? And they were like, yeah, like we use Sticker Mule. And I'm like, cool. And then somebody messaged me. I was like, hey, so Sticker Mule actually like sent a bunch of money to like conservative organizations. And I'm like, well, crap.
Yeah.
I have to switch. So I tried Sticker App. And I like them okay. Like their stickers aren't quite as nice. And so literally for like 3 or 4 months, I was like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Because I wanted to keep using Sticker Mule, but I also really, as much as I can, try and support organizations that align with values that are important to me.
Right.
But I was like, oh, but quality. And then I got paralysis and I took no action. Right. So, but what I think I'm going to do is like just stick with Sticker App because they're still nice stickers. Like that's the thing. They're still nice. They're just ever so slightly like not as thick as the Sticker Mule ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, but it's funny how it's like that's where I feel like I like to articulate where I get stuck on things because like kind of like what we were talking about at lunch the other day where it's like sometimes people will put you up on like pedestals kind of like like not really but it's like I want to share like my flaws so that like other people who are like oh like I won't be as good as you know, Donte or whatever, or Lindsey, not that anybody should be thinking of that because,
You gotta show your failures.
Yeah.
You gotta curb that enthusiasm.
Just be like, like it's a legit struggle. I'm not a perfect person at all. I mean, it's like, but I can still run a business well enough and make a living at this, and you can do it without being perfect, but it's just always trying to get better.
Well, there's two things I want to hit right now. Number one, the previous generation had a large problem with that.
How do you mean?
They call it like the Barbie philosophy, where it's like people saw Barbie and she was perfect, so they thought if they didn't reach that idealistic body or look, then they were trash. They grew up.
I don't think that's just a previous generation problem, but
and I know that's true.
That's everybody.
That's fair. We do have Instagram. That's fair. But like the idea, what you're trying to get out there is like showing your failures, or at least showing your experience with where you got stuck on a certain project and that you just kind of shut down on it is a realistic thing. And I think it's a large problem in society in general, not to go too far off the edges, that like we just see perfection and like the best bodies and the best this and the best that fed to us on Instagram. So you think if you don't reach that level, you're just bad.
Yeah.
But that's not, so I think it's good that you share that experience.
Yeah, I try to, and I think like it's interesting because, on the one hand, I have to, both of us, I think, to some degree, everyone has to counteract the innate self-doubt and the innate imposter syndrome. So it's like, I don't want to undervalue my work, so I kind of have to, bump myself up when I post and, again, cultivating a brand, cultivating an image. It's to some degree, we have to create an image of ourselves that elevates us.
Right.
Because that's how we make sales. That's how we get followers. That's kind of just how, that's kind of just in this capitalist system.
Yes.
That's what we got to do. But at the same time, try and find ways to show that vulnerability so we can say hey, this is what I'm trying to work on. Maybe this is an issue for you too. Yeah. Let's work on it together. Or maybe it's not an issue for you. How do you deal with this? Let's all kind of just
Share our experience.
Be a part of this. Yeah.
There's an Instagram page called Sunday Morning. There's two notes. There's an Instagram page called Sunday Morning Review, and I think I've told you about this before, where it's models who show them posing, but they'll do the like bodies that look like this, and they'll stop posing, and they'll stop flexing. They go also look like this, and it just looks like a normal body.
Yeah.
It's just like somebody in their underwear, and you're like, oh, that's just a normal person. And then you see them pose, and you're like, that looks like a baddie right there.
Yeah.
The second thing I wanted to say, and this is off branch again, is when you're talking about not supporting things that don't align with your values.
Oh, yeah.
There's someone right now watching or listening to this who's steaming because they're, part of the other side of the... We have the right, as American citizens, to vote with our money for our interests.
Yeah.
And I want to say that just because certain spectrums of people seem to attach to certain words. So if I say rights, liberty, if I say the word, I have the right and the liberty to vote with my money, you're like, oh, okay, well, those sound like things I agree with also. You said the hot words that I like, so... But realistically speaking, there's nothing wrong with supporting a company or an agency by doing business with them or not supporting them because they do or don't align with your values.
Yeah.
You have that right. You have that liberty. That is your choice to make. That is your freedom to make that choice.
Yeah.
I want to remind you that before you start sending stuff to Lindsay. Because she'll send it to me. And I'll come at you.
We've actually been very lucky that our listeners have been really awesome people. And I know it's taken me... I haven't quite gotten into the... habit of checking all of the YouTube comments, but I'm getting to you, I promise. And I thank you guys. Anyone who either sends us a message or leaves a comment on YouTube or something, just I really, really appreciate it. So
you guys give good ideas too.
Yeah, I love y'all's topic suggestions.
I do.
Yeah.
Because half the time I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, which reminds us, this is a goal for 2022 for the Mud Peddlers, is actually having a proper production schedule of it's getting close to April, we should talk about taxes. It's coming up into the summer, we should talk about how to make sure your clay doesn't get too dry.
Absolutely.
Things like that are more timed.
I think for me personally, my three things that I really want to do for 2022 is to up the quality of the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean the information I give. I mean the video and the audio more so.
Yeah.
I want to get a little bit more streamlined with my website as far as updating things. Mm-hmm. And I suppose that there was a third thing, but I forgot it now.
Well, I guess I'll recap mine, and then hopefully by the end you'll have remembered. So I think for me, the main things that I want to work on are just getting my Patreon, or my Patreon will be up and running, so just getting used to having a Patreon. Creating some of my own content on my YouTube channel, beyond just doing the YouTube version of the Mud Peddlers.
Right.
Having more consistent Etsy updates. And having within that, having the made to order updates, and then having small batch updates. That reminds me of another kind of unexpected success or unexpected victory from this year. Mm-hmm. Was I got a lot more used to doing newsletters. So
newsletters.
I've been trying to focus on that a little bit more. I actually took a workshop with Kate Farrell, who you met today in the critique group. I mentioned her a couple episodes ago, and she has a workshop on doing newsletters because and part of the reason why I wanted to have a YouTube in the first place is that we are all kind of at the whims of the algorithms of social media.
Yeah, they change every 3 months.
They do. But having a newsletter, that's all your own people. That's all you have control over that, and so it's a bit of a buffer for if things change.
Right.
So that is something I've been wanting to work on. So that was good. I'm getting more used to doing that. And then I think the other goals, just because there's a lot of I can see, especially from listening to the previous episodes of what were my goals for 2021? It's I can kind of see the patterns of if I don't make time specific goals, things just don't get done.
Of course.
Yeah. So I think to combat the things where I'm repeating myself, like doing the YouTube, doing more consistent updates, or even expanding the world of my work, that's part of why I have my Patreon set up the way that I do, because I want it because of the way the reward tiers are set up, it kind of forces me to you're gonna have to do more writing, you're gonna have to do more sketching, you have to get those stickers made because those people are going to be expecting them in the mail, or people are going to be expecting them as posts.
Yeah.
And so that is a little bit of that outside pressure that's going to help keep me, I think, more on track. Not that I'm only using that, because I think that if that was like too much, then it's like you got to find the balance. If you're giving yourself an outside pressure, there's got to be a balance where it doesn't become overwhelming, or that you're relying too heavily on that to still get things done.
I got you.
If that makes sense, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I don't know. I think just it feels like the vibe feels like a slow pushing towards growth, but also a mellow consistency is what I'm looking for. Like, I'm not trying to start anything like really like too big or too crazy. I'm just like, okay, like you've been talking about a lot of these things for a while. You really want more financial stability. Let's do some of those things that are going to help get you that.
Yeah, pressure, just a bit of pressure.
Yeah.
Too much, I mean, pressure makes diamonds, but also like too much will crush you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be aware of your limit for stress and pressure. Because I fall victim to that sometimes too, where I'm like, I was stressed.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then people are like, yeah, I could tell. And I'm like, I couldn't tell. And they're like, yeah, that's not good.
Mm-hmm. I'm always amazed when I come out of those phases and I'm like, oh man, that was dark for a while.
That was dark for a second.
Yeah. Well, again, like that's one of the, like again, this has to do with ceramics, but like actually starting to see a therapist again consistently has been huge for me this year. Like getting to deal with some of those underlying stresses, getting to deal with some of those like just other underlying stuff that impacts my life and impacts my work. And
they know too. It's weird. You say a sentence and they're like, so what you're saying is, and you're like, yeah. You're like,
oh my God, yes. Every time, man, I swear to God.
Or they give you that like classic dad, like, hey, not your fault.
Oh my God.
And you're like, what? What are you talking about? And he's like, that wasn't your fault. You had nothing to do with that. And you're like, stop.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not your fault. You're like, shut up, you don't know! You don't know! Stop swinging at him, shit, you don't know!
Oh my God.
You're not my real dad!
Dude, it's so true.
Yeah, that's what I mean, is like they hit different.
Yeah.
They know how to, like, you literally lay out a puzzle in front of them and go, I can't figure out this puzzle. And they get a piece from way the F over here and they go, there, now it's a picture. And you're like, oh! Where'd you get that from? They're like, you had it the whole time. And you're like, oh, I couldn't see it.
Yep.
Oh, and he's like, yeah, it's my job is to make you see it.
Yeah. That's so true.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I guess as you, our dear listeners and viewers, as you are looking into 2022 and looking back on 2021, why don't you go ahead and share either, send us a message on Instagram or like make a story and tag Donte and I, or if you're on YouTube, say in the comments below.
Tag me on Twitter.
Yeah. Like, let us know, like, what you got done in 2021, what you're hoping for in 2022. And also, just, again, like, keep in mind, we're still in the freaking pandemic. Like, life has been crazy, so it's like...
Be respectful.
Yeah, to yourself. Like, know that it's okay if, like, you didn't meet all the goals, because it's like, legit, it has been insane the last couple of years for so many different reasons.
Dude, we had the fire, and the sky was like, Don't go into a restaurant and be like, I don't need a mask. It's my right. Just put the mask on and eat, and then sit down. You can raw dog the air all you want. That's all. In Sacramento, we have to wear the mask when we're walking around, and then once you sit down, you just raw dog the air. And I don't get it either, but just do it.
I was trying to be all nice. Let's have a
No, I'm tired of y'all.
We're just gonna raw dog the air now. Oh. That's it for today. Thank you for listening to The Mud Peddlers with Lindsey M Dillon
and Donte of Earth Nation.
Want to say hi and see what Donte and I are working on in our studios? Check out the show notes for links to our websites and social media below. You can find me at lindseymdillon.com. That's LINDSEY, M as in monster, DILLON.com. And on Etsy, Instagram, and Facebook at Lindsey M Dillon.
And you can find me at Earth Nation Ceramics. It's spelled exactly how you think it's spelled, but you can also find me on my Facebook fan page and Instagram at the same name at Earth Nation Ceramics.
If you enjoyed hanging out with us today, or you have a question or topic you'd like us to discuss, take a second to rate and review the Mud Peddlers in Apple Podcasts. It helps our podcast reach new listeners, and we really appreciate the feedback. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.